Guys, greetings from the Czech Republic. I'm a 20-year-old single male, and for years now I've benefited from an attitude I got from Charlie that having a romantic relationship is great, but not necessary for happiness in life. However, in the past few months, I've started to notice urges in my mind that were never there before, like wanting to grab a girl around the shoulders or hug someone I love when I'm falling asleep in bed. It feels like biology is starting to get to me, and though I try to fight it with rational thinking, more and more I can see that I'm no longer in the old mindset of relationship is nice bonus to life, and that I'm actually craving a girlfriend. I assume this is normal for this age, but sometimes it's quite unpleasant. I want a life partner in the future, but I don't think desperately craving one is the right way to get there. Several things I've discovered through you guys saved me from having to learn something the hard way, like finding the voice of my inner child after watching Charlie's video on ayahuasca without having to take psychedelics myself. I was wondering if you think this belongs there too, or if everyone has to go through this phase themselves. So my question is, do you think this phase of craving a relationship can be skipped, or is there something that can be done about it?
Wow. I'll give my answer, and then I know your answer is going to be, I know what yours is going to be. But I think that the only thing I would say is at a high level, you're allowed to like put your arm around someone, cuddle someone without wanting them to be your girlfriend. Like the fact that you're desiring to be kinder or more physically affectionate doesn't have to mean anything except for that you feel like being more physically affectionate. So that's the one thing I would say. And then I know.
Well, yeah, Ben's saying there's shades of gray between dating, girlfriend, wife, life partner. You know, there's
it could literally just be person I sleep with, but also like
flirting, dating.
With.
Yeah. So there's all of that. And one of the things that I did sense early on is that I was making that statement not for necessarily people who have never been in a relationship, but for people who are in relationships and feel that they can't escape them or would be devastated if they left.
People who are in a relationship and they go, this isn't good, but it's better than being alone.
Yes.
Because alone is hell.
Yes. It was never meant to dissuade someone from having the experience of being in a relationship. And certainly I don't want you operating in the world with, an older person told me that these relationship things ultimately are very difficult and challenging. And even though I want one, I'm not going to do it. That's zero what I'm intending. It was really for the guy who just lost his girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to go, dude, it's not the only way. Like, You've seen it. It was hard, right? It kind of sucked. You can be happy without that. So do I think everyone has to do it? I think everyone does. I don't think you can learn from other people.
That's the part I was waiting for you to get to.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anyone a little bit. I've seen very, very slight areas of adjustment, which seem valuable from watching people older than you in terms of, maybe I won't rush into marriage or, maybe we won't move in together but right away or something. But when it comes to that desire to have someone be with someone and be puppy dog in love, there's just too many forces operating against you. It's not just biology. It's the entirety of society that is telling you that this is the way to happiness, and you can't interact with people or log onto the internet or watch television without the message of the key to happiness is a life partner being just completely shoved down your throat. So I think at some point you're going to need firsthand experience of what that is in order to make up your own mind as to how important it ought to be in your life.
Yeah. The only thing I'd say, just kind of circling back, is just get clear on what you actually want. Do you want somebody that's in love with you? Do you want to be in love with someone? Do you want someone that calls you a boyfriend and you call a girlfriend? Do you want someone that just you hang out with 3 times a week and you cuddle when you sleep? Like,
you might not know. And this is when people ask me about college. Like, you want a big one or a small one? It's like, I don't know. I've never been to college.
Yes.
And so this is what happens to everybody. And so do it young. You're going to get into a relationship and you're going to really like this person. And in an effort to make them happy, you're going to do whatever they say they want. And you're going to immediately commit or buy them something nice for their birthday or just because you don't have any frame of reference. And it's good to get that done at a younger age.
Yeah, all I was trying to do is, I think when I was growing up, I had an idea of what relationships were. And in my head, there was only 2 things you could do. Sleep with someone and not care about them, or be their boyfriend, girlfriend. And that it was me. I just had all these rules and they weren't real, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, you can define what you want. I remember I was dating this girl in college. We were not exclusive. We'd never said we were exclusive. This other girl came up to me and I liked her and I thought she was attractive and she wanted to hook up with me. I said, no, I can't do that because it would be mean to this girl that I'm sleeping with. But she had never expressed that. I'd never asked her. We'd never talked about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just had all these preconceived notions that I'd gotten from movies and TV because I didn't have any dating experience. And I would have been much better off just thinking about what I actually want and then just talking to the person I was sleeping with. You know what I'm saying?
And getting on the same page, because I mean, maybe she turns around and does, you know, somebody asks her that same thing. It's like, sure. It's like, well, I thought exactly.
I mean, yeah, here. She wasn't, but maybe she could have been, you know?
No, that's a covert contract is what you're talking about. And you don't want covert contracts.
It was an assumption I made. I was like, oh, this is what she wants to be happy, and also this is what it means to be sleeping with someone, is that you aren't sleeping with other people and this and I like didn't, but I wasn't a good boyfriend to her. We weren't dating. Like I largely ignored her. I booty called her. Like I wasn't a good loving, doting boyfriend type guy. I just had this thing in my head of like, okay, I'm allowed to ignore her. I'm allowed to spend all day not talking to her, but what I can't do is
versus what if you'd spoken to her, she might have shared, I want
sleep with other people. Just like, hey, can we like go on a date that's not to your dorm room? You know what I mean?
And so who knows what she would have said.
I don't, and that's all I'm saying. So, which is to say that your framework may be this weird self-imposed thing you've gotten from movies and TV. And actually, again, maybe you don't want a girlfriend. Maybe you've just been really sterile in your relationships because you've decided cuddling sends the wrong message. And so you're finally giving yourself permission to do this thing you've always wanted to do, which is feel the physical affection of a cuddle. And you're like, this feels amazing. I think I want a girlfriend. It's like, well, maybe actually you just want to stop preventing yourself from doing this thing that you have wanted to do all along.
Yeah.
And you don't even want a girlfriend. What you just want is permission to cuddle. And you think you need to have a girlfriend to give yourself permission to cuddle. Does that make sense?
Yep, 100%. Hope that you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to see more like this and have us do more podcasts, we are 100% funded by our generous patrons. And if you'd like to contribute, there's a link in the description, and we'll have one pop up on the screen right here so that we can do more podcasts where we have fun conversations and hopefully some deep ones like this. Either way, hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.